Welcome back to Dawn's English Podcast. Today we're talking about putting ourselves out there, trying something new, and finding connections. It feels like life is constantly pulling us in different directions lately, but sometimes stepping out of the usual routine can lead to unexpected good things.
Totally. After navigating the Seoul commute and just generally trying to keep up with everything, finding time for anything extra feels like a big task. But we've talked about how important it is to make time for friends and connection. And sometimes those connections happen when you try something. Well, different.
Exactly. So, Jay, I hear you did just that this week. You went to a book club meeting?
I did. My very first one. I've been getting back into reading lately, and I thought, why not? It was honestly a bit intimidating walking in. I wasn't sure what to expect.
Oh, I can imagine meeting a new group of people can be like that. So, how do you like the experience overall? Was it what you thought it would be?
It was better than I expected, actually. I thought it might be super academic, like discussing themes and literary devices the whole time. And there was some of that, which was interesting, but it was also just people sharing their personal feelings about the book, talking about how it connected to their own lives. It felt really open.
That sounds nice. Less pressure, more conversation.
Yeah. And it was cool hearing so many different perspectives. Everyone had something unique to say. They came from all sorts of backgrounds, and it showed in how they interpreted the story. It made me think about the book in ways I hadn't before.
That's the best part of group discussions, right? Getting those new angles. I remember when we ran into each other at the bookstore, we were both just in our own reading worlds. This sounds like a completely different way to engage with books.
It is. It adds a social layer that reading alone doesn't have. It felt like a good way to meet people with a shared interest, which can be tough in a big city. I mean, I've been trying the hiking club and even thought about the cooking class, but reading is something I already enjoy. Combining it with meeting people felt really natural.
That's great. It sounds like it checked both the enjoy reading and the find connection boxes for you.
Definitely. There was one moment, though, where someone brought up a point about a character's motivation, and I hadn't even considered it. My mind totally logged out for a second, like when my manager gives vague explanations. I just nodded along at first.
Oh, I totally get that feeling. Like, did I just miss something?
Exactly. But then someone else jumped in and rephrased it, and it clicked. It wasn't awkward at all, which was a relief. I guess everyone's there to learn and share.
That's good to hear. Sometimes trying new things can feel like too much pressure, like that first CrossFit class, but it sounds like this was a more welcoming vibe.
It was. I'm glad I pushed myself to go. It's another small step towards feeling more settled and connected here.
That's awesome, Jay. So are you planning to go back?
Yeah, I think so. We talked about the next book, and it sounds interesting. It feels like something worth sticking with.
I love that mindset. Little by little, right? Okay, so trying a book club sounds like a practical way to meet people and dive deeper into reading. It's funny, we struggle so much to plan a simple coffee meetup sometimes because places are fully booked or it feels like a hassle. But joining a scheduled group activity takes some of that planning pressure off.
That's so true. Maybe joining clubs is the key to a social life in the city. Less stress than trying to book a cafe on a Saturday afternoon.
Right? Okay, so if you're looking for a way to connect or dive into a hobby, maybe consider joining a club or group. It could be a hiking club, a cooking class, or a book club. Think about something you enjoy doing alone and see if there's a group for it.
Good idea. It takes the pressure off and makes it feel less like work.
For sure. Well, thanks for sharing your experience, Jay. It sounds like a success. Next episode, as promised in EP.24, we're switching gears and talking about how we decide what music to listen to. Stay tuned.